Arsenal are scouting right-sided centre-back known as Ousmane Diomande. Big story coming in through from a baller in Portugal, where he plays for in Sporting Lisbon. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Arsenal are really seriously looking in for a player to come in through and obviously play alongside the guy called, he's known as William Saliba. Remember, William Saliba is really one of those the reliables at Arsenal, one of the players that make the spine of Arsenal, and every time he has gone ahead to obviously get injured, Arsenal has always gone ahead to be having huge problems. We are talking about Benrahma collapse transfer, and the side of, is it Marseille in France, is really furious at the side of West Ham for their delayed submission of paperwork, and this deal has not gone ahead to go through. You remember that saga really happened way back in the January transfer window where PSG wanted to sign Hakimi Ziyech, and that deal really never went ahead. Obviously happened, and finally Boateng has found himself a new club. And remember, it was all about climaxing the winter transfer window yesterday, and a lot really went ahead to happen, and now the lad is in town. So smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And you all know that the winter transfer window closed yesterday, and I'd like to let you know that Arsenal hasn't gone ahead to bring in any player, and it looks like they are really planning for the winter transfer window, and that's where they plan to obviously be getting things big and better. Let's see, close to 200 likes much on this video, and as I tell you, if Arsenal never went ahead to sign a player in the winter transfer window, that means they are saving their money for the summer transfer window, and we are gonna be heated with lots of news coming in through from Arsenal, especially from now until when the summer transfer window opens up around, I think around the mid of June 2024. So guys, better tighten your seatbelts. Lots of stories are gonna be coming in through according to what and who Arsenal really want. Now, one of the positions that Arsenal have gone ahead to obviously show interest in is the right-sided centre-back. We all know that there is a dependable guy. You know, he was brought in 2019 at Arsenal. They loaned him back to Lille. Then after loaning him back to Lille, he was loaned at Marseille, and that's when he obviously ripened. And when he ripened, Arteta came in through, and he really saw that this guy really has gone ahead, obviously have huge abilities to become one of the best right-sided centre-backs, and that is William Saliba. According to the stats in the Premier League, he's one of the best defenders in the world, and in his age in the world, I think no defender comes next to him. He's really great. He has just gone ahead to make just 22 years of age, and Arteta has gotten to know that I cannot run a team with a player of that quality when he plays alone into that position. And he has gone ahead to obviously get scouts to obviously go and scout this 20-year-old player from Africa. He goes by the names of Ousmane Diomande. He's 1.9 meters tall. He plays for Sporting Lisbon and he plays for Ivory Coast. In the African Cup of Nations, has just gone ahead to play 2 games, but he's really that kind of player that I really admire. And he plays for Sporting Lisbon, and he plays alongside another player that has been so much linked to us, known as Goncalo Inacio. They play into that central defense together. Goncalo Inacio plays as a left-sided centre-back, and Diomande plays as a right-sided centre-back, meaning that in the summer we might see Sporting Lisbon losing their ideal central defense partnership of Diomande and Goncalo Inacio. Now, the story came in from Abola via Sports Witness, and you know Abola is in Portugal, and we've been told that Arsenal, among with other clubs, have sent scouts to watch Ousmane Diomande and have made detailed reports about the centre-back. So he's that kind of player that Arsenal have gone ahead to be looking in for, and chasing in for him has not stopped. And it looked like it's going to be hard for them to obviously go ahead and really get this player during the during the winter transfer window, and they said, let's spare the best for the last, and they wouldn't go in for this player because of the cost, because Diomande goes for like, I think, between 40 and 60 million pounds, meaning that Arsenal wouldn't like to risk, because teams don't want to obviously sign players in January on huge money. Do you know why? It's always a risky deal to do, as your player won't be having what we call a pre-season. And if you're going in for a player of 20 million pounds, then it will be okay. Like you saw it that Arsenal brought in Jorginho last January for 12. They brought in Randy Trossard for 27, and they brought in Jakub Kiwior for 21 million pounds. So that is it for Arsenal, and I think they've gone ahead to make a better decision. Sometimes people believe that it's high time Arsenal went ahead to obviously win the trophy and strengthen the squad, but I think it's always better to be having a very good work plan. If at all you're asked, Arsenal going in for a player right now expensively and getting in players in the summer transfer window expensively, I think the summer transfer window is okay. As I told you yesterday that Arsenal went ahead to make a late transfer plan, and they said we are not going to bring in any player. And that was their stance they obviously took, and they went ahead to stand on it. And Ousmane Diomande is that player they are really scouting to obviously bring in through at the club of Arsenal. But he's a very good centre-back. He's a ball-playing centre-back. And I wish you guys watch Ivory Coast, in the African Cup of Nations, because he's really part of that team. And I think he really got an injury. That's why he has been out for the previous 2 games, but he has just played 2 games for Ivory Coast. He was playing with Evans Indika into that central defense, and he's really a giant of a lad. His physicality is undoubted, and we are really waiting to see what happens in the summer. And we've been told by the Football 356 that according to reports in Portugal, Arsenal have had scouts at AFCON to watch Sporting and Ivory Coast defender Ousmane Diomande. A January transfer is deemed impossible, but there is a potential for a summer transfer target, meaning that Arsenal are really gearing up to really get in this guy. And I know they'll try their best to really sign this player. Why? The left-sided centre-back is really covered up with Jakub Kiwior and Gabriel Magalhaes. That's why when teams came in through and they wanted to sign Jakub Kiwior, said, no way, we are signing Jakub Kiwior. That is it. They say that we are not really letting Jakub Kiwior go. AC Milan, Sevilla, close to 5 teams were interested in Jakub Kiwior, but Arteta said, no, he's a player I want to keep here because I know he's going to be very vital into the remaining part of the season, and next season he might obviously get his breakthrough into the first team of Arsenal, because all he needs is a chance to really play a certain series of games, and the rest will be history. On the right side of the central defense, looks like Arsenal are really having problems, because we all understand that Tomiyasu can play as a right-sided centre-back, but Arteta doesn't see him as that. He rather plays him as a left-back and a right-back in his team, not a central defender. And this season, he has only played as a central defender, I think, when Arsenal was playing against Brentford in the Carabao Cup. That's when I saw him play in the central defense. And Arsenal's interest in Ousmane Diomande confirms to us that Arteta now sees Benjamin White as a right back, and there is no way he's going to really change his position. So that means when they bring in Diomande, that means they'll be having a central defense having how many? 4 complete central defenders. Diomande, Saliba, Jakub Kiwior, and Gabriel Magalhaes. But remember, the other 2 are also very, very good. And who are those 2? Arsenal is having Julian Timber, who can also play in the central defense everywhere. They're also having Tomiyasu, and they're having Benjamin White. So he wants to be having versatile defenders, and these defenders that can only play as central defenders. Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, Diomande. They can play in the central defense positions very well, and it's only Kiwior that can obviously do that. So he's having 4 central defenders who are really defenders, and 3-4 other players who are really playing in the fullback areas that can come in through and really get everything going. Now, his price, I was told you, 40 to 60 million pounds. That's the amount of money Sporting Lisbon is going to be really calling in for. But it's not only Arsenal scouting this player. Even Chelsea, Real Madrid, Newcastle, is it Tottenham Hotspur? They're like 5 teams that are really scouting this player. And I've always told you that each and every time you're scouting a player and no other big team is really scouting for him, then you just have to ask yourself, why is that happening? So it shows you that there is some quality into this player, and that's why these teams are really dying to get him in at the side of Arsenal. But Arsenal needs to act quick, because we know these teams can obviously go ahead and really agree and all agree an agreement in principle with the player and the team and really wait for the summer, because this is what competent teams do. So Arsenal have to do a lot of business and really evaluate and see who they really bring in through. But as I told you, Arsenal need a centre back, and Julian Timber's fitness will obviously make them decide on whether they bring in another versatile and overlapping right back. Then they need two midfielders. They need a right-sided forward who is going to come and compete with Zinchenko, and a centre forward, if they let Eddie Nketiah go. So Arsenal will need like 5 players, and they need to move on a lot out this season. And I think this is going to be one of the summers that Arsenal is gonna go it's called gang-ho, and really getting players that are really going to excite them. So that's what I had for you coming in through from Diomande. He has gone ahead to come in through and obviously attract attention from Arsenal and other teams. We wait and see where Diomande is going to be playing next season. So after that, let's go to the weird transfer news that really went ahead to happen down yesterday. I last saw this story when Benrahma had traveled to France to really join Olympique Lyon. And Fabrizio Romano just told us this morning that Olympique Lyon are furious, side Benrahma too, as they hope FIFA appeal can resolve the situation for transfer collapse due to West Ham issues. Real Betis also hope they can get final green light for Pablo Fornells joining from West Ham. More contacts to follow. So West Ham had gone ahead to make a decision that this guy was supposed to obviously go and really find himself in a position of really leaving, but looks like there have been uncertainties that were not really handled very well, and this resulted into a fall off, and a collapse finally happened. And Benrahma is furious. Olympique Lyon are really furious because they thought that they are going to get themselves a player. Olympique Lyon is really having a very bad season. That's why they're going to have to bring in Nemanja Matic, and they want to save their season for the better. But let's wait and see whether that is going to really happen in there for you. Now let's go to another Germany player who was playing for Bayern Munich, and he's Jeremy Boateng. You know Boateng very well, and his other brother decided to play for Ghana, and this one decided to play for the Germany national team. So Jeremy Boateng to Salernitana. Here we go. Germany defender set to sign his contract in Serie A side as free agent. He's already completed the medical, and he will play under Filippo Inzaghi as his new head coach. Boateng was optioned for Bayern in November, then move collapsed. So that is Boateng for you, getting to where we want him to be. And Boateng has finally found himself in a position of really, he has found himself in a position of coming in through and taking in a lot, and he has suffered ever since he left Bayern Munich. He hasn't gone ahead to obviously get in a team. He has been a free agent, and finally that has gone ahead to come to the end, and he's really one of those players that's going to play in the Serie A under Filippo Inzaghi. He was a very good defender, and at his peak, but I think age is not on his side, but it feels like he should be playing in there for you. And I like such players for making decisions that show they are no greed for money, because you can't tell me that there is no team in the Saudi Pro League that needs this guy, but the guy is still insisting that I still have some nerves to obviously take me going in there for you. So guys, your thoughts on Arsenal scouting Diomande are welcome in the comment section below. And do you think Arsenal will land this deal before the summer transfer window knocks on the door? And then Boateng to Serie A, and deal collapsing of Saidi Benrahma. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Muslims, Juma Karim, it's a Friday. Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. I'm out. Bye bye. And don't forget to subscribe, guys, because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this week, and let's make it a point that that is our set goal achieved. Ciao, ciao.